Kogoro has a new client, an actress named Yuri Maki, who comes to visit him with her manager. She shows Kogoro a note from Kaito Kid, who announces that he is going to steal Yuri's Jewel of Destiny, a star sapphire that she wears in a silver ring in her newest theater play. She is going to play Josephine, the wife of the French Emperor Napoleon. As usual, Kid left a cryptic message announcing the theft. Yuri invites Conan, Ran and Kogoro, as well as the detective boys, Sonoko, and Agasa to the opening night of Josephine at Sora Theater, and shows them around backstage. They eagerly inspect her dressing room and Ayumi is interested in the makeup Yuri is going to wear on stage. She wants to try a lipstick, but Yuri's makeup artist, Natsuki Sakai, stops her. Kogoro sees a photo of Yuri in a wetsuit on her mirror and asks her about it. Yuri replies she recently took up diving as a hobby. The rest of the cast, Bunjiro Narusawa, Tenko Taijima, Ayaso Shinjo, who is currently dating Yuri, and Toru Ban, greet their guests. Shortly after that, Nakamori enters the changing room as well, explaining that he brought a special guest to help protect Yuri's sapphire from Kaito Kid. He says Megure gave him the idea. The door opens to reveal Shinichi. Everyone, especially Ran and Conan, is speechless. Conan can't stop himself from shouting, "That's not Shinichi." Kogoro rounds on him, wanting to know how Conan knows that, but Conan, picking up a look from AI, doesn't reply. Nakamori pinches Shinichi's cheeks and says he isn't wearing a mask and that this has to be actual Shinichi. Conan thinks Kid wouldn't have to wear a mask as he looks quite similar to Shinichi. Nakamori proceeds to pinch everyone's faces to check that Kid hasn't disguised himself as one of the others. Shinichi announces he is going to inspect the theater by himself and asks Ran to come with him. Conan does not want to let Ran spend any amount of time alone with Kid, so he begs Ran to take him with them as well. Shinichi and Ran check all the doors and he then explains he is going to find his seat in the theater. Ran and Sonoko chat and Ran says Shinichi is behaving strangely. The play begins and Conan switches his glasses on to night vision to keep an eye on Kid. Eventually, Kid waves at Conan and leaves the auditorium. Conan gives chase and catches Kid on the roof of the theater, determined to settle this once and for all. Kid grins triumphantly, saying Conan's girlfriend would be sad if he missed dinner, and Conan suddenly hears Ran saying, "Conan, come, dinner is ready." Perplexed, Conan looks back at Kid and realizes Kid can change his voice without any technical aid. Conan tries to knock Kid out with his ball dispensing belt but misses. He stumbles backwards and has to catch himself on the railing to avoid falling off the roof. Kid fires his card gun. Conan ducks but falls off the roof. Kid is concerned and jumps after him, opening his hang glider. Conan tries to hit him with his stun watch, but Kid dodges the needle. Conan then pulls on a cord from his backpack, which transforms into a parachute and he flies after Kid. Kid manages to escape once again. The cast invites everyone to go to Hokkaido to thank them for keeping Yuri's sapphire safe. The following evening, everyone meets at the Tokyo International Airport to board the plane to Hokkaido. Conan can't shake off the feeling someone is watching him. Nakamori has gone up to Hokkaido early to make sure Kid isn't planning to trap them at Yuri's holiday cabin. The police inspect the cabin and see a silhouette of Kaito Kid. Conan and his friends are delighted to see they all have seats in business class. Kogoro's mood, however, sours quickly as he realizes Eri is joining them as well. She was invited by Ran. Shinjo arrives late and kisses Yuri's sapphire ring, apologizing to his Josephine. Conan suddenly realizes the meaning of Kid's note. He referred to the alphabet code used by pilots and wants to steal Yuri's ring on the plane. When the plane takes off, Yuri immediately goes to the toilet. She stays in there for a very short time. When she leaves, she seems visibly relaxed and goes to the cockpit to say hello to the pilot and co-pilot, explaining that she knows both of them and that she used to be a pilot as well. Once she returns, her manager offers her some chocolate and she eats a piece. Kogoro also eats one. Yuri licks her lips, begins to choke and falls back into her chair, dead. Masao, Yuri's manager, immediately becomes the main suspect because of the chocolate. Natsuki, Yuri's makeup artist, defends Masao, saying she isn't the only one who had a motive to kill Yuri and actually everyone's glad she's finally dead. Conan investigates and figures out how Yuri was actually murdered. He wants to stun Kogoro as usual. At the moment he shoots the needle from his watch, the plane enters a turbulence and he accidentally ends up stunning Eri. Undeterred, he decides to use Eri to reveal the true culprit. The actual culprit is Natsuki Sakai. Natsuki put poison into Yuri's makeup, knowing that Yuri would go to pop her ears in the bathroom when the plane took off, pinching her nose with 2 fingers. That way, the poison got onto her fingers, and when Yuri licked them after eating chocolate, she ingested the poison and died. Right after Natsuki tearfully confesses, saying she had enough of Yuri belittling and demeaning her, the plane suddenly descends rapidly. Alarmed, Conan remembers he saw the pilot and co-pilot kiss Yuri's hand and realizes they must have accidentally ingested some of the poison as well. Panicked, they hurry into the cockpit and see both pilots unconscious. The autopilot switch has been disabled, forcing them to take control of the plane. Conan uses the privacy to tell Shinjo he knows he is actually Kaito Kid in disguise, and that the real Shinjo went up to Hokkaido earlier to dress up as Kaito Kid and surprise everyone at the party Yuri planned. Kid says he kissed Yuri's ring on purpose, wanting to test if the sapphire was real. It wasn't. The plane enters a thunderstorm and is struck by lightning. They activate the emergency power and see the lightning completely disengaged the autopilot mode, so they can't land. Kid and Conan manage to get the plane back up to a safer height but lose one of the engines, damage the runway and destroy some conveyors on the ground, exploding a refueled plane on the ground as well. Conan suddenly realizes the plane is running out of fuel as well and remembers that initially, when everyone ran up to the cockpit, Van accidentally hit the fuel gauge button, which caused the fuel from the separate engines to run together into a big tank. Conan frantically looks around for a safe place to land and decides on Port of Mororan. Kid says he can't help him with the landing because he injured his hand, telling Conan Ran should do it in his stead. He opens the emergency exit hatch, says, "Good luck," and jumps from the plane. At Yuri's cabin, Nakamori, who is still chasing Shinjo disguised as Kid, suddenly sees actual Kid flying past them and the police give chase. Conan tells Sonoko, who has come to check on Ran, to take over from him and that he has to go to the toilet. Ran and Sonoko also put on headsets in case the airport contacts them again. In the toilet, Conan calls Ran from Shinichi's phone, telling her he heard about the plane being in trouble and that he is going to help her. Ran says he should stop taking it so easy. She has the fate of 100 passengers in her hands and doesn't think she can really land a plane. Conan calms her down and gives her instructions when Ran suddenly says, "And if this goes wrong? I love you, Shinichi." Conan has no idea what to reply. While he is still stunned, Ran suddenly shouts that there are several red lights moving towards the dock on the ground. Conan looks out of the window and realizes what Kid was doing. He wanted to attract several police cars in order to help them locate the dock more easily and create a lit-up runway. After the plane safely lands, the criminal is apprehended and Ran and Sonoko are treated by a medic. The medic reveals himself to be Kaito Kid, who commends Ran for landing the plane safely. He tells her they will meet again before suddenly vanishing. All went well, and the movie ends with Ran talking to Shinichi over the phone again, arguing about silly things, thinking that it was Kid who guided her to land the plane, and is relieved that her secret isn't out. Thank you for watching until the end of the video. Remember to like, share and subscribe to support our channel, and don't forget to press the notification bell button to not miss upcoming interesting videos. See you later.